And another strange thing in our community is that people want to become Sufis. People want to become Sufis. And they ask a very strange question. They say, who's your Shaykh? It's a really strange question. Who's your Shaykh? And people want to be Sufis. And you know, when I dwell upon this, I think this person is asking about one of the most difficult sciences of Islam. One of the most difficult sciences of Islam is tasawwuf. And people have taken it with such ease. Why is it the most difficult of science? Because people like this, Ibn Ata'illah, they were Sufis. Look at what they used to do. They used to prioritize things. They used to cut down on their eating, drinking, and sleeping. This is what tasawwuf is. But now it's just become a trend. When I was a young boy, a long time ago, I think I was about 11 or 12, and I was standing at a bus stop at the top of my road with my father. And I asked him about something about tasawwuf, about Sufis, and he got angry at me. I thought to myself, you know, he's a person of tasawwuf. Why is he getting angry at me? What should I ask him about? But I didn't say anything. He just got angry at me. But he got angry at me and he said to me, your job is to learn your Quran. And that's it. He said to me, your job is to learn your Quran and that's it. Don't speak to me about this. So then I went quiet. I didn't say anything. But you know, that statement of his stayed with me. It stayed with me forever. And I only understood that statement after I studied for like 14 years. I realized what he said was correct. What he said was what Ibn Ata'illah is saying. What's of priority is, how much Quran do you know? How much hadith do you know? Like Imam al-Junaid said. People just go around saying, I'm a Sufi. I'm a person of tasawwuf. It's ajib. It's a science which people would strive their entire lives to become part of. And people can just so simply, do you get it? Why? Because now there's trends that are going around. People like to join into trends and things that are just prevailing. But people don't want to practice and go through the hardship of these people. Like one of our teachers, he was told about the son of one of the righteous, that he's saying this and that. And our teacher went quiet and he said, his father kept the fast, he's doing the Eid. His father kept the fast, he's doing the Eid. And that's the situation with all of us. The awliya Allah, they kept their fasts and we think we can come and celebrate on their names. They're not going to accept us like this, that we just merely celebrate on their names. Because they were masters who would do the tarbiyah of people's nufus. So this is Ibn Ata'illah, when he says statements like this, what is he doing? He's doing our tarbiyah, he's nurturing us, he's teaching us, he's educating us. That don't fall for traps of the nafs. Don't fall for traps of desire and whim. And from this traps of desire and whim is that you like to do lots of nawafil. You're encouraged to do lots of voluntary things and miss out what's obligation upon you. People like to serve people outside of their house, but they don't like to serve their parents. MashaAllah, Shaykh, can I be around you? I'll serve you, Shaykh. I'll pick up your bag, Shaykh. Shaykh, can I, which are your shoes, Shaykh? I'll put them forward for you. MashaAllah, tabarakallah. How many times have you done that for your mother? How many times have you done that for your father? Mother, father? Well, you're the Shaykh. No. There is nobody who is a greater Shaykh for you than your parents after the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. If you don't understand that and realize that and internalize that, all you're doing is following hawa, following your desire, making up religion as you want it to be. Because people give priority to that which doesn't have priority. Why? Because the nafs has a big portion in it. Ibn Ata'illah, somewhere else in the Hikam, he says the awliya Allah, they have two states. They have a state of bast and they have a state of qabd. State of bast is when they feel comfortable in themselves. They feel relaxed and comfortable. And a state of qabd is when they feel restrained, restricted. They feel something's on their mind, something's in their heart that's restricting them and confining them. He said the awliya Allah enjoy the state of qabd more than the state of bast. They enjoy the state of being restricted and confined and something bugging their mind and heart than the state of comfort and ease. Why? He said, because you know, when they are in a state, they say that when we are in a state of ease and comfort, our nafs can have a portion of that. Our nafs can take its luxury from that. But when we're in a state of being restricted and confined and something's on the mind and you can't put your finger on it, he said, then the nafs doesn't have anything to enjoy. It doesn't have anything to enjoy. It's like bitter medicine. We have to say bitter medicine nowadays because the medicines that we have are filled with sweetness. Some of you might be medical students. They're filled with sweetness. So you take them and you don't even feel the bitterness of medicine. But back in the days, they used to have medicine which was bitter. And people used to say, take the medicine and the result will be good. Likewise with this science of sorting the nafs out, it's all bitter. But the end results of them are sweet. And when a person gets used to this medicine, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives him sweetness also, gives that person sweetness. But we don't want to start off with sweetness, bitterness, we want to start off with the sweetness. Is that clear? So we have to remember that the nafs has a big portion in following up acts which are just voluntary. And it feels, when it's bound to do something, the nafs doesn't have enjoyment in that. Is that clear? So where if people have to honor their parents, look after their parents, they find it to be burdensome. They find it to be burdensome. But if they have to look after somebody else or be nice and kind to somebody else, they find it easy because that's nafil. Is that clear? We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for goodness and righteousness, and that He forgives us what has passed and saves us in what is to come. Ya Rabbal Alameen wa Ya Arhamar Rahimin.